Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact framework that I use to 10x a brand's revenue from 17,000 to over 180,000 in just the first month of working together. So prior to working together, this brand came to me averaging $17,000 a month in revenue. You can see here, this is their Shopify revenue year to date before working together. You can see there's a slight spike in April, but for the most part, averaging around 15 to 17,000 in revenue and looking for a way to grow. Now, after the first month of working together, we were able to increase their Shopify revenue by over 10x to $183,000. We were able to grow ad spend from $0 to $47,000, averaging around $4,000 per day, peaking during peak moments like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And we were able to add $90,000 of contribution margin to the business owner's pocket. That's 49%, very good for this business. And we were able to launch a new channel, which they had not been using prior, which was meta ads. And now this business owner has a predictable, profitable channel to distribute its products to new customers every single month. We ended the month at a 3.8x blended marketing efficiency rating and a 2.88x meta ROAS, which did decline as the month went on, primarily due to heavy discounts and working with the founder to help move remaining 2024 inventory and convert that into cash. So these are the results that you can expect or that are possible. And you can see here we did the entire year's worth of revenue and then some in just the first month of working together. So you're probably asking, how did I do it? I'm going to show you exactly how. So the founder came to me. The founder did not want an agency. He did not want to be stuck to a retainer, did not want to be passed along to a junior level media buyer. This founder wanted to work with somebody who has real skin in the game, somebody who has experience in e-commerce and can help grow their business. So we started with a performance-only compensation structure, and we started at just $50 per day. After we proved performance at $50 per day, I quickly made the recommendation to increase spend, and we started increasing spend 20% per day as time went on. So after the first week, we were up to around $250, $300 a day. You can see here we started with really strong metrics, and as we increased spend, we were able to get more customers. And as you do that, ROAS tends to decline, but the volume of customers and the volume of revenue offsets that. So this is where we're at in week one. You can see in week two, we got up to $300 a day and up to $500 a day by the end of it at an 8x month-to-date ROAS. Again, this number and these metrics were really strong off the start, especially in November, when typically in e-commerce, the first half of November is slow as there's a lot of window shopping, a lot of people waiting for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. But with the metrics that I was seeing with this brand and the results that we were getting, in my knowledge of historical data, looking at CPMs, CTRs, CPCs, etc., cost per add to cart, cost per click, cost per checkout, and ultimately cost per purchase, I made the recommendation to continue to increase spend, knowing that the metrics are good and we will likely see a lot of these clicks, a lot of these added carts, a lot of these impressions, a lot of these email signups convert as we get closer to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, when the natural conversions naturally increase during that time. So in week three, we were up to $700 a day at the start, the 6.4x all-time ROAS. You can see here, we spent $3,300 at this point, and we got back $21,000 in revenue. We got a 6.48 return on ad spend, and that is an average of $19 cost per purchase. Towards the middle of week three, we were up to $1,400 a day in ad spend, and you can see here that increasing 20% a day is not a lot at the start, but if you have the right foundation in place, once you get up to the $1,000 a day in ad spend, a 20% increase is pretty significant. So you can quickly get up to $1,400 a day. You do not start there. You need to prove performance out at a lower budget, know when to increase, know when to decrease, know when to make recommendations, know when to launch new campaigns, which we had done along this way as well. So you can see when we started in week 1, we had 2 campaigns. Okay, so we're increasing those campaigns as the data comes in. We get to week 2, we launch an additional collection. So we have 3 campaigns. We get to week 3. By the end of week 3, we have 5 campaigns running with different collections and different inventory that we want to move and convert into cash, and that we know would likely convert well. So it's very important to build out the campaign with working with the founder and their inventory constraints, as well as the return that they want on their investment. So week 3 is typically in November is a challenging week, as there's a lot of people waiting for purchases that come in for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, a lot of window shopping, people waiting for a better deal that might come, that usually does come. So it is a time where a lot of media buyers look at the return on ad spend in that week and look at the data in that week and make decisions based on the revenue of that week. But the experienced ones know that that revenue does convert. There's a good chunk of it that does convert during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and that weekend. So it's very important to look at leading indicators of performance and make spend increases based on that, knowing that you will see a return on that down the line. So luckily with this brand, we were seeing both. We saw a 4.85x return on ad spend at $1,400 a day, which is really good. And my recommendation was to increase spend up to $2,000 per day. So by the end of the week, we were at $2,000 per day in ad spend at a 4.44x ROAS. That yielded $23,000 of contribution margin, which is always the North Star. Contribution margin dollars, contribution margin percent as well at 52%. Really strong, really healthy for this brand. And this is pre-Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So we were pacing for an incredible Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So now week 4, this is the week of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We're at $2,600 in spend per day and climbing at the start. You can see that ROAS has dipped slightly to 3.95, but the total number of purchase conversion dollars and total number of purchases was strong, right? So those are the metrics that you need to really focus on, knowing that as you increase spend, when you go from $300 a day to $2,600 a day in ad spend, how Meta works is essentially when you do that, it's essentially finding the next batch of impressions, right? And as you increase spend, the next batch of impressions are going to be less likely to convert than the prior batch of impressions. Why? The reason why is that Meta is really good at finding the best people to purchase your product or service given the inputs that you give it. So if the only thing that you do is increase ad spend, it's going to go to the next likely person or group of people to buy, and then it'll serve impressions to that group of people. So it's very important to know that, and experienced media buyers do know that. So month to date, at this point, we were at $32,969 in contribution margin. That's 50%, very strong for e-commerce. We were at a blended 5.13 marketing efficiency rating and a 3.95x Meta ROAS. Now this is all with 6 days to Black Friday. So we know that we're going to get a significant chunk of revenue for Black Friday. And so my recommendation here was to increase spend, which we did. Now by the end of week 4, which is November 27th, we were at $3,500 per day in ad spend. So in just 1 month, this brand went from averaging around $17,000 a month in revenue to over $130,000 a month in November. You can see here these metrics for contribution margin, marketing efficiency, and Meta ROAS, very strong. And this is early Thanksgiving, so the day before Black Friday. And after 1 month, you can see here, these are the results of working together. So you can see we were able to unlock a new channel for this brand where we generated $138,000 in revenue 1,180 orders. Sorry, pressed the wrong button. 1,180 orders, right? So this brand was able to move inventory at a significant rate during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and during November prior to Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So in just 1 month of working together, I was able to take this brand from averaging around $17,000 a month, right? Which after cost of goods, after overhead, is really not that much, to over $183,000 in revenue, right? Where we were able to unlock a significant amount of contribution margin dollars. Okay, 90,000 plus contribution margin dollars, which is over an $84,000 increase in prior contribution margin dollars. That unlocks a ton of opportunity for growth within the business, whether the business owner wants to reinvest in more inventory or add additional SKUs or additional ad spend next month. All those things really help grow the business. So it's very important that when, first off, launching a brand new ad account, launching a brand new meta ad account, it's very important to start at a low budget and make sure that you have the proper foundation in place. It is extremely important, guys, to know how to read the data and know when you're winning, when you're losing, when to make recommendations based on the data that you're seeing. And when done right, you can see you could take your brand from doing almost no revenue to 10xing that in a very short amount of time, unlocking a brand new channel and a predictable, reliable channel that is to get new revenue, get new customers, to move existing inventory, move outdated inventory, whatever your goal is. It is very possible, guys. It is possible now more than ever. So I hope this video helped. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you are a brand owner and you want an inside look at your meta ad account, I'd be more than happy to do that. Feel free to DM me on X or LinkedIn, and I will be more than happy to set that up. So anyways, hope this video helps, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.